We got Big Fan Breezy, man, and Jason Brown. They both been waiting a minute, man. They hop in, man. Salute. My apologies for not getting y'all up sooner. Big Fan, what's good?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm enjoying the conversation, so I wasn't tripping while I was waiting, man. Shout to FYF Sports Debate and shout to Gil, man. Shout to the panel too, man.
Thank
Salute,
you,
man. I
thank you.
appreciate it.
But what I wanted to ask, and I feel like Agent Zero is the perfect person to ask. I got an issue with the Brooklyn Nets. Now I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, but they got my guy Cam Thomas deep on the bench. And what I wanted to speak on was, I kind of want to hear your perspective on it. Just the talent and how sometimes they don't get to exhibit their talent. And they, in my opinion, Cam Thomas can score with the best of them. When you look at that draft class, that first season, he was in conversations with scoring 20 points or more 10 times that season with draft picks 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 10. And he was the number 27 draft pick, what gave me confidence as a fan that he would get more minutes in this season. But that didn't happen. So what I'm asking Agent Zero, what I'm asking Gil is just the player development side of basketball. Once all of this talent gets to the NBA, do you think that I'm over exaggerating that he should be getting minutes, or sometimes the teams should focus more on their draft pick, even if it's a high draft pick, not like a 1 through 5?
Okay, so I know him personally because I seen him going when he was going into the draft. I watched him train. He got that thing on him. Like he knows that kid knows how to fucking put that ball in the basket. I watched him every fucking morning, him and his moms. Every morning, he put that work in. When he got time, he put that work in. Like when he actually got put on the court and said, "Hey, do you?" He did himself. Sometimes it's more than just a game. Sometimes it's behind the scenes stuff. Like him and the coach might not get along. He might have an attitude. He just might be that dude that just nobody likes in the locker room, right? Yeah. We don't know what the situation is, but there's guys on teams that can go that don't get in that game, right?
One more question. Do you think that he should start for the Brooklyn Nets? It's a two-part question. Do you think he should start for the Brooklyn Nets over Dorian Finney-Smith? My God, pardon my language. And do you think that if he was on a different NBA team that he would start?
Yeah, when they got traded, when Kyrie and KD left, he's my starter. I don't give a shit what position he's starting because I need to develop him. So all this should be telling you is they're going to get rid of him. They're going to try to package him, get him. So it must be something that's internal versus his skill set, right? Sometimes these motherfuckers just take shit personal and they will let you rot before you get your bag. But with a team like that, he should have been playing, getting those games under his belt so you can really see the development of your young guy. And sometimes that should just be personal with these guys because, you might have called the coach something, did something wrong, and he's like, man, fuck you, I'm cool. They'd rather lose games than they'd rather lose games by not playing you than looking weak to you.
I understand. I don't like it, but I understand that. And
he's a starter in this NBA, yes.
Now I'll leave off saying thank you, FYF Sports Debates. Thank you, Gil. Shout out to the panel. And I'll say you're right, Gil, because we were 13-15 with 28 games left after the trade deadline. And in my, theory, my fan theory, is that we would have had a better record, above 500 record if Cam Thomas got to be in that starting lineup with those last 28 games. But yo, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, basketball. I mean, really, from the college level on up, it's about if coaches prioritize you. If you're just in the wrong team, I don't care how good you are. If you're just in the wrong team and if you don't get along with the coach, it just ain't gonna work. Like I don't care how good you are. If a coach don't want to play you, or if he don't want to put you in a situation to succeed, you're just not gonna succeed. And that's just how it is.
We always say, listen, it goes two ways, right? It's a two-way thing. You You want to be yourself. Coach wants you to be this type of player. If you're not the player he wants, right, then he's not going to play you. Well, then it becomes your responsibility now to adapt to be the player he wants that he's going to put on the floor. We're not all capable of adapting that fast, right? And it's like this two-way street. When we hear players say, man, my coach didn't do this. Well, okay, your coach got on the court trying to play defense, right? Like when I was in Arizona, I was a defensive stopper. I was a defensive stopper.